welcome to another episode of Get Rich and Fit Tryin. So after a couple trials and errors, we finally got everything right. So now we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. I'll see you on the other side. Let's go. All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. I've been dealing with a chaotic start of the school session. I feel like a man that got beat all the way up. I'm trying to play this damn goal position. I can't even play it properly because I'm over here trying to do like 10 things at the same damn time. All right, let's go ahead and get this. Oh, why is he saying my mic is muted when I know for a fact it's not muted? Come on. Give me my technology. There we go. Now that looks better. All right, market is open. All of my indicators are going crazy, letting me know that there's some opportunities out there. Whew. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the chart. All right. So the first thing kind of was leaving off on XYZ, but let's go ahead and get ourselves in queue. Let's get this party started. I'm going straight to work. Get all of that. I don't want any noise. I don't want no chaos. I don't want no problems. All right. And this time I actually started the live and not just start trading like I did last week. That was freaking crazy. All right. So that's my gold thing that I was doing. So put that there. All right. So if it's the first time being on this show, what we do, let me get rid of all these drawings. I'm gonna start fresh. New week, new me. Right? I do have some stuff that was there, like this one that was gonna expire by the end of the day, which we are back at it. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of all of this. Unlock that, delete. There was this one, which was kind of like a setup that got us to where we are right now. I think this is stale, so we're gonna get rid of that one too, and we're gonna just start completely and utterly fresh. All right. So what I like to do is find out where is everybody interested? What are they concerned about? What is driving them crazy? And what makes them want to take certain positions, right? And the first thing I kind of look for is order blocks. I feel like order blocks are the way to go. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and probably key off is the fact that this area is going to be probably tough, because we use this as support here until they turn it into a rejection and test it a couple times and notice they can't hold it. And I feel like we're going to just continue to get any price that is close to here is opportunity to kind of push it right back up. That's how I kind of see it. So we'll see if that holds up well. If you don't know, I do like to trade oil sometimes, and you can kind of see we're in that order block there. And then gold, I was just playing that earlier to the downside because it was looking like we was going to fill some fair value gaps, and they were being jerks. They didn't want me to be great. They took me out of my position. I'll take my low $300. It's all good. So let's go ahead. If you haven't been on the show, I like to keep things simple. We do open and range breakout. It's a very simple strategy, very simple technique, but with my background on other techniques like Elliott waves, a little sprinkle of Wyckoff, a whole bunch of EMA strategies, MACDs, way I find fundamentals is what sets me apart. So that said, let's go ahead and get started with the most basic of basic setups, the open and range. So the first 15 minutes is where we want to kind of cover, and what we want to see is what does price action do with this area. I already have everything said, right? Currently our stranger danger is sitting at 710, 75, 730, and 691 is our bearish line. Of course, we got another 11 minutes until this is completely solidified, but what we are looking for, to put it in perspective, let's take the opener range of the Asian session, right? We're looking for some type of action just like this, and when that said action is made, we're looking for that action to either A, take off, or B, break down. That's what we're looking for. So you can kind of see they came and tested, they tried to break out, they couldn't break out, and then now you got this massive move. So this was a good Asian session to London session type of setup, and this one too, just depending on your parameters, because if you did the opening of the London session, which would have been roughly around 3 o'clock, this would have been your breakout, and that's that. So we just do opening range. Nice and simple, nice and easy. And don't forget, one-on-ones are coming back. I will let you know when the dates are set. We are sitting on VWAP. Hold on, I don't think this VWAP is... Really? Oh my God, we are under the VWAP. I didn't expect us to be under the VWAP already. Especially after... might be a little bearish. Might be. And we'll see if we can find ourselves a nice little scalp. All right. Looks like that 686 is trying to give it a bounce, and that's probably because of these two candles that's right here, giving it a little bit of structure support. If you don't know now, you know that order blocks can be almost anywhere. It's an area where there is a tough amount of price action, and it usually struggles to hold below that level or above that level. But if it's playing inside the levels, which is kind of like this range, you can see this was a rejection, this was a rejection, turned into support, double check that support, retest, but didn't get all the way down there, and this is why we bounced over here. Kind of give you a little sense of that. All right, so that's kind of like what I'm seeing here. Maybe that's why we are here. We may give it a bounce just based on those parameters. Do we have some sell side liquidity? I think so. We have them built all the way over here. Come on, give me my line. From here to here, like that. So we got some sell side liquidity. I would say I'll probably be bullish, like strongly bullish, if we get above 753, because that will take out a lot of that London and Asian session and continue to that upside. And that's probably where I'm going to key off at. So patience. That's the key thing behind this game, is the fact that you have to have an abundance of patience. All right, let me set my charts up. Let's put you here. Let's put you there. Let me get my Thinkorswim in order. I think I got some more day trades over there. Let's see what I have here. Yep, I got 3 over there. And let's see. Where are you, Robinhood? Just in case, I like to have Robinhood open. Wrong screen. There you are. Robinhood. Refresh. Bring it back. Alright, let's put you over there. I know y'all probably looking at me like I'm crazy. I operate with 4 different monitors. So I'm like, so I can be able to see everything and be able to explain all this stuff to y'all. So be patient. It's not that I don't want to look at you. It's just I'm looking at the screens. You want me looking at the screens, not at the camera. For the most part. Actually, looking at the camera, I'm so scruffy. Doggone school session. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's get NQ over here. I take my setup, especially with my PAs, I take them as almost like you want to start and get ready with your PAs and everything else when you're ready to take a trade. Right now I'm not all the way logged in. Actually, I'm not even logged in on this screen. Actually, bear with me. Let me go ahead and log in here. All right. There we go. And let's get this one set up. We're gonna go with this bad boy here. All right. Let's go ahead, minimize that, bring back the screen. There we are. Also, gotta have that set. You know, know what? Let me have my Tradeovate open over here, because last time I was on Tradeovate, they took forever to close out my position. And the last time, if you've ever had a PA and they blow it saying you had a lingering order, this is why I like to log into my Tradeovate, because stranger things has happened. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. So protect your PA. Make sure you flatten all accounts, and it's better to do it directly on Tradeovate and not in TradingView, because you might miss something, or there might be some type of slippage on the data, and it looks like you did close it and you didn't close it, and then you're the one that's holding the proverbial bag. Let's see. Make sure my drawdown is where it needs to be. Yeah, that's solid. It's like, nope, I am not getting no order over there. All right, we're getting a little bit more of a push. Like I said, that order block is probably the reason why we're getting that push to that upside. Very, 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 very important. Like I said, I probably will be very high in leverage when we get up inside of here, assuming that all this is sell side liquidity, assuming that this whole entire zone gets wiped at one shot. So I want to kind of like be somewhere around here-ish with my max position, assuming that we're going to the upside. Probably should have been in already, just bounce, but we're going to go ahead and just temper ourselves a bit. I think I'm going to operate a 1, 2, 4. Nah, let's do a 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a 1, 2, 3 entry in this. Kind of give myself some flexibility to take it up to that upside. All right, let's NQ over there just to make sure I got my ranges. Very choppy. Overnight session downside momentum is still kind of beating up this move to try to go back to the upside. I had a couple TPs for some downside movement, and it hit TP1. And I won't be surprised there's a reload over here so they can try to get to TP2. Actually, let me bring those lines back. I got a TP2 to possibly 631, which brings us close to the 15-minute 200 moving average, which would be somewhere around this level. Very possible if this is really truly building an order block to kind of reject. But if we get through this, whole lot of sell side liquidity to sweep on, and we're going to just push. I won't be surprised we get into that 800. That's probably what they want. They want that 800. No, wrong one. Let me use this one. Ah, come on, behave. I hit the wrong key. Bear with me, I apologize. I want the horizontal because I want to look left with y'all. And I'm looking at probably 23,800. And if we look left, you'll see this is probably why it's a place of interest. Come on, where are you? I know the price action is somewhere here. There it is. There you go. All right, we got this area right here. I think that's what they really want to test to see if they can get there. And that's the dance we're doing right now. All right, 2 minutes and 33 seconds. We're going to try to find ourselves a spot. Hey, good morning, Javi. Welcome to the party. Good morning. Did you get a piece of this? They stick like glue when they come back. Ah. Well, Dad, you were right. Mm. Are you saying that's the second stage of marriage? The kids? They're there for life. Until they get smacked in the face. There's only so much conquering of the world you can do. Oh, I wish life was fair. If life was fair, I'll be in this trade right now, and I would know for a fact that it's going to go ahead and push up and give me like $10 million. That would be fair. But it has to be unfair for the other person. That's how it works. But they still trading, right? Your boys. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't do emotions in trading. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he's been funded before. He has to fight. He has to fight through that. There's only so much you can do. He should come into the mindsets. That's probably what it is. I don't know if he ever caught any. All right, our opening range is set. You say he goes to sleep. Yeah. Hmm. Um, yeah. Oh, she's ready to bounce. Yeah, I follow. Yeah. Yeah, it's part of the game. So we, well, he knows thyself. That's the first part. You got to know what you can handle. Maybe later on in life he'll get into futures, but if you can't handle the speed of futures now, it's okay. You can figure it out later. He's young enough. Yeah. So now we got the opening range. So we need the 5 minute to break above. Looks like we're building a base right here. I think I'm gonna take a nice little stab here with a small position. Oop, not yet. Not yet. Not like that. You ain't gonna just smack it back down that quick. I was thinking about getting a small position there. Get a small position right here. Let's see if we can hold on to that. So my theory is not to lose. Oh, oh, oh whoa! You just thought. Whoa! Why? How you already lost $100 in like 2 seconds? Don't you dare! You're on top of an order block. You do that $100 again, I gotta cut you. I gotta cut you. Get you off my portfolio. You ain't can't be going red first. Going green. That's what we're going. Going green. Sorry about that. I just hit my mic. Probably gonna have to push that thing back again. Come on. I want to add another spot at 739, but I think with the fact that they keep throwing around this 100 level, yep, that about it. Can't be just losing $100. Not like that. We are not doing that neutron dance where you go back and forth, back and forth. So I'm trying to anticipate the 5 minute that is trying to make a nice little push here, but I feel like they're accumulating to get up there. I'm gonna give it another shot if it gives me another setup like it's going to curl up. That's not cute. I don't like that. Could as they sweep sell side liquidity, but no, it's not. And there we go. Yeah, you see, just push it a little bit down more. We don't have any fair value gaps, so I think that's what's making this a little bit more trickier. So what you think, Javi? You're not trading today, or are you still in punishment? What's that? Uh, oh, oh, she wants her hair colored. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say you. I thought you did that when your wife had the manicures. Yeah. Got you. Yeah, the proper blends. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, women are not easy at all. Not at all. Mm-hmm. Fry the hair? You can fry hair? Yeah, and this is why I don't do those things. Oh, like a perm. I've heard that for perm. Okay. It can have a reaction. Oh, they're struggling to break this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they tell you to fix it. Yeah, like the professional ones. Yeah, because the professional ones are um, more stronger. Risking $100 again on this, and this thing is like really playing with me. Even though you said what? Plus you're on timeout. Exactly, exactly. Free as a bird. Yeah, don't worry. You're not missing too much. I just got beat up for $200 just now. So yeah, I'm just being patient right now. We're still, you see, we couldn't take out those highs there, so it's best to just get out the way than for you to be the one holding the bag. That's all that is. That 5 minutes is a little tired too. Yeah, so tell Mike I said hi. I haven't heard from him in like forever. From the goats. It looks like we're trying to curl up again. I might have to wait for the 5 minute close above. And when that happens, I would have to up leverage again. But I would love to scale in, but this is not, we're not getting that good scenario to properly scale in. So, what time's your flight? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that should be cool. Yeah. Okay. Listen, it's nice and warm. Just make sure you watch the weather, just in case a hurricane's coming. That's it. Cause South Florida, we've been getting some rain lately. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I get into too. Yeah. It's been like it's like super stormy. Like do not leave your house, and then 30 minutes later, the sunshine is out and it's like, what rain? And you got a few puddles, but nothing crazy. You see how they swept the liquidity? Mm-hmm. Yep, it'll be gone. Just stand under the shade for a little bit. Just got out of the rain, but then as soon as it, yeah, don't do that. That lightning is gonna go away. It's gone. It's gone. Yeah, that's a true Floridian response. Oh no 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 no. Yeah, as long as you're not like staying under the umbrella in the middle of the rain, you should be fine. But yeah, we don't get those lightning. I've heard cases like that, like up north, like Martha's Vineyard and all those beaches up there, where they could use those little rods and stuff like that, and they could get lightning, right? But we're so below sea level, like I don't think I've ever heard someone getting struck by lightning on the beach. Oh, you said you'll be the first one. I'm pretty sure if I do some digging, there might have been this case here and there. We do get lightning strikes. They'll just find you. It's like God said, "Yeah, I thought you could hide." That's a nice bounce off of Stranger Danger right there. They probably came there just to reload. Maybe turn that 5 minute MACD straight back up again. Capturing the sell side liquidity that just stepped in right now and seeing what's going to go from there. Could this be the one that takes out all that sell side liquidity and we get a close above for that opening range? There's a strong block right here. That's why I want to scale in, just in case I'm wrong coming into that block. There's a leftover fair value gap right here. I think with the right momentum, we could get all this sell side, but this is a problem. That is not what you want to see. All right, so I'm gonna take a tiny little shot right here. It might cost me $100 because it's a little tardy to the party, but my anticipation is this is finally the breakout because it's like the third or fourth time. Assuming that there's an imaginary line going this way like this, and we're finally going to break out of it. Maybe do something egregious like put in at 3 at 740. 740. Damn, I did it too late. I should have. 740 was going to be the one. I might have to just sit on this one. I was going to put more orders right there and just see if that momentum will catch it. But it looks like we're not, so I might be happy. I want them to put some pressure on this downward trend line because that's your point, your lower low, lower high, to create this lower low that they refuse to let go, which will bottom out and make a W. So my next entry will probably be in the 55s and just hold on to this one contract as much as it pains me to hold on to one contract. And so basically I'm up $100. I probably would want to risk still that negative 100. So that's like a $200 swing, 250. So technically I'm 250 or so of risk at that point. The closer we get to that line is the point where I probably consider maybe locking 100 in profit, locking in break even, just trying to make that decision then. But generally speaking, I'm happy just holding on to this one contract because I didn't get my order in for that 740 to do what I think it can do. We got 1 minute and 20 seconds as we wait for the 5 minute close above. May consider adding a position for that, but I might do it a little strangely. I might do it in a whole nother account because I'm still apprehensive about this order block, but I still think that this move can hold. Why? Because this 15 minute is what I'm basing it on. The MACD and the stochastic looks bullish, and if this 15 minute catches momentum, we sweep in all this sell side liquidity, and 800 is afoot. So we'll see. Just patience and more patience. Yes. For like streaks. Now, so did you have to sign up and do it too, or oh, that's pretty cool. So it's like a daddy daughter day, and this is the one that just came from California. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna let you do your thing. All right. Cool. All right. Later. So yeah, I'm anticipating a nice little push up here. I would have wanted to do it in option contracts, but nah. And I think we're gonna get through 72, 772. That's probably what we're going to be targeting. Um, and then after 772, that would then be that's probably, yeah, probably what we're targeting. But I think the real entry is probably going to be 764. Let's see if we can get that nice 5 minute close above. Come on, 5 minute. Hold your water. Let's see if we can get a curl up over here. Looks like we got a solid curl up. Let's see if this holds. Like I said, the closer we get to that line is going to be tricky, and I get that. Let's be smart. Let me get prepared for putting in a possible stop if it presents itself. That could have been a good spot for a stop. Mentally, I am going to take a break even. Physically, I have not put a stop. I'm anticipating this will break out of here, especially that all this accumulation is happening. But remember what I said, this is going to be a tough area, and we got to find out what they're going to do about it. Now that it's a new 4 hour candle, that's probably what's also playing a factor here. Oh. And Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. I know you want to be bearish, and I know there is an accumulation phase that's happening. I know we tend, yep, there goes my break even. I'm out of that. Let's go ahead and flatten my other stuff. Alright, so I kind of got beat up on the other ones. Yeah, it was riskier. I'll find another one better. Alright, so like I said, break even. Could I have taken $250? Yeah, that's possible. But I'm looking for the bigger move, especially with this W that's like literally staring at me, and I could use the catalyst of opening range breakout, W breakout, a lot of sell side liquidity that sits here, and then we could target 800. That was very tempting. That's about an 80-point move. So I was swinging a little further, but I managed my risk to a place that I felt comfortable with, and that's how the cookie crumbles. That's how the game goes. Where's VWAP? Where are you, VWAP? I don't want VWAP on this chart. I do have VWAP on this chart. It seems like I can't see it. Are we that far away from VWAP? No, we're right there. It must be in line with another one of my EMAs. Yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of around my 8. All right, cool. So we're really compressed here. I don't like that we poked through here as we kind of was trying to make this bottom. So I'm thinking I'm gonna still sit out on it. I think this 5-minute can try to finish red. Could be a bear trap. Could be a lot of things. But these EMAs are like really having conversations with each other right now. See what I mean? See what I mean? That. Trap them, lock them in, hit their stops. Interesting bounce though. Still waiting. We got 3 minutes and 2 seconds on this candle. We'll probably wrap up around 10:15. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. It really goes a long way when it comes down to these algorithms and YouTube parameters. I want to say thank you to all my current subscribers. I am at 341, I believe was the last time I checked. And I'm very close to getting to my 500. So if you haven't liked or subscribed or hit the bell button, this is a perfectly good time to do so, as we are continuously waiting for ourselves for a setup of an entry. I think I would have wanted a little bit lower. I think they're sweeping to see if they can take out this here, but I don't think they're going to get there. Let's see what happens at this peak. I'm looking at 740, 745 rejection. Another 5-minute close above, I will take it again and let the chips fall where they may. You see what I mean? That's what I was afraid of. Because again, when you're seeing this action, again, if you're driving down the street, right, and you have to be somewhere at a certain time, you're gonna try to find the clearest path to it, right? Right now, my target is this 800 level. So I'm trying to find the clearest path to it. Right now, the path that I'm seeing in front of me shows me that there is a roadblock in traffic on my Waze navigation, which is my technical analysis and charting, that this area is going to give me trouble. So I got to find a detour. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find a detour to this move. And right now, this could be it. But again, it's going to be a fist fight. And it's not giving me a very sound entry. Could you have gotten in on any one of those dips that was showing and then probably enjoyed this 5 minute? Yeah, you could have. But again, this is where those fist fight comes in. You just got to make sure that you're doing your entries the way that you're supposed to. Right now, we're so close to this 5 minute closing above. I'd rather get confirmation there, wait for a reset, then take a trade, than for me to just go racing in, just like FOMO that kicks in, and probably some people got liquidated being part of that FOMO there. You got 10 seconds. Again, getting hit again. I don't know if you ever listened to the book or read the book. I do Audible. That's why I said listen to the book. One Good Trade. It finished under. This next candle, I'm like 65% sure it's going to finish red. Why? Rejection from an order block. B, it looks like we're making lower high. C, could we get more liquidity? Yeah, but we already know that that trend line is probably going to be the one that's going to go ahead and reject it there. So I'm looking for now. This is going to be the major rejection. And if that's the case, then that means we're going to get a whole lot of red here. Now, the 5 minute MACD is giving us very good inclination that it's going to continue to the upside. And we could confirm if we wait for the next 5 minute. But could you go into the... Ooh, maybe not. I was like 65% sure. I thought we were going to get a rejection there. Oh. Woo. They are pushing that thing. Now they're coming for that liquidity. Now I can go ahead and think on the upside again. That was real vicious. It's kind of like we bounced off that VWAP and then we're continuing up. There's a fair value gap right there that they could be going after. I'm going to see if I can get a reset. That would be cool if it lets me reset and then I could get in. Then for me to try to jump in again. But that 5 minute close below, that really surprised me. I didn't think we were going to sweep like that going into that order block. I'm not going to FOMO into that fair value gap. If that thing doesn't give me a reset so that way I can go attack the fair value gap, I'm not going to do it. I think the market heard me when I said 65% sure that it's going to go ahead and come down. It was like, well, let me show you that 35% real quick, JD. I got you. All right, there goes that fair value gap. They're going to fill it this time. I think we're going to get it this time. Because you got 1, 2, 3 attempts at it, and this is the fourth. This should get the rest. We didn't fill it yet. A good reset here will be cute. That momentum could give us the order block. $764.50. So let's call it 765. That probably will be where I would be targeting. Waiting for my reset to kick in. It's a lot more. If they switch screens, it goes down.
So there's less?
There's sometimes there's more. It's just it doesn't show on there unless they're directly on it.
So directly on this screen there?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, it's like when you want to watch back to something, but and you're in a live.
Something like that. All right, this is a good reset, but I almost want to give it just a little bit more time because I want to make sure that we close above the 7 and some change. I want to go light leverage, but I feel like this is the move for the 15 minute. That this is what we're getting more than we're getting on the 5 minute, but that 5 minute can really screw some things up. So we penetrated that downside trend. I'm looking for that trend to completely fall apart throughout this day. I'm thinking we're going to hit 780, 800 with ease for the most part. No real news catalyst out there to help it. So this is just pure price action and momentum. So if anything, it can fail in that thesis. Just like I said, 65% chance that we was gonna. Why are you messing with it?
No, it's not.
Stop messing with it.
Anymore.
Okay, just stop. Just leave it alone. All right, we got ourselves 10 seconds. Yeah, I would do light leverage, but again, that's that order block. There's a little bit of the fair value gap there still. So I am going to first put something here, and then I'm going to light leverage. I'm going to just do one account, but this one you're not going to see on the screen. I'm testing a relative theory for the most part, but it is still kind of bullish. Waiting for a reversal here. Should I stick with? I think I should stick with the one contract. What y'all think? Stick with the one contract and then see what happens. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, let's take this one. Stick with the one contract. See if we go get the rest of this fair value gap up into this area. I would love to put an order right here like that, but it's going to be very reckless of me if I do that because I know as soon as it's done, it could just reject and come down. I'm thinking we could go right through 764 and then start to get to that 780. Maybe it'll probably be better if I did something like, heavier leverage past the 780, like probably something like that, and see if that will get filled. But it's just one of those weird spots because we're under an order block and we built an order block on under us and we're on top of that one, so both order blocks are fighting against each other, like, oh, bear side, bull side, bear side, bull side, and we're just going back and forth. That's why you get these chops. Assuming that everybody's piling in, knowing that we're in the opening range and we made new highs, we could get a nice little move from the New York session, but it's just the New York session has to follow through. Back to my same rule. What was our rule? How much am I risking? Yep, it's the same amount, no difference. I don't care if I have 10 contracts, 20 contracts, 200 contracts. It's the same amount. Because if I'm right, being a scalper, my entry should go straight into profits. May linger if I'm slightly early, which I'm assuming I might be a little early, but I'm not sitting here to burn money. No, I'm out. So we gave this like two. You jerks. Oh, that is so jerkish. Look at you. I was like, you know what? Let me just cut this before this thing costs me. Oh, you jerks. Y'all are jerks. That was funny. As soon as I cut it, boom, boop. And the funny thing about it, they got the rest of the fair value gap. That's why I said this would be more dangerous than the other one. So that would have been trickier. Yeah, you know what? My PA is gonna sit back and relax. We're gonna go ahead and just stick with the evals for today. It's just way too choppy. We don't have a clear path to that upside. So I'm gonna go ahead and just play this little dance with them because obviously they're toying. They are toying. All right, we'll give it like another 2 minutes. Let's see how this relatively ends. Don't play and chop. You get chopped up with it. You know what I'm saying? I am now currently down $300. Not upset. That's why you risk a certain percentage of your portfolio so that way you don't go, insane because you're looking for something in particular. I would say take this moment to chart out, either chart out another ticker, chart out another position, um, do something relatively productive. But right now, there is no real clear path other than the fact that this 15 minute does look like we're making a W and we are crossing up and everything else, that this could be the move, but it's not going to be the easiest to trade, and it could really really be painful. All right, let's see, we got like less than 60 seconds on this candle. They're seeing if they can hold above the level that they just wick right through. That was disrespectful. You know, just to kind of give you, that was a 15-point candle. 15 point on 15 seconds. To kind of give you a little idea. That's how fast, if you don't know what 15 points is, what's 15 times 4? That's 60. So 60 times 5. Say that's what, 300. It's about $300 of a difference. So I went from losing 100 to losing 300 in opportunity because they decided to do just one more wick to the downside and hitting my $100 stop. That's the game. Just drifting and drifting. All right, they picked up my crazy order. We're at the level. I'm looking for a strong close above here because I got relatively, I won't say beat up, but it was a very tricky trade the last time. I got to look at this in its totality. I need a better profit margin though. Come on. We're in here. Go right on through. That's the first 5 minutes. They're trying to like sweep it, I guess, because of this block. But I think they're lying to us, especially after making that high, and we just drifted all the way up here. Oh yeah, they're being jerks about it. Oh yeah, they're being that was that level I told you, that 764. They're dragging it down. They just dragged it down. As I said, it's too choppy. That is just way too choppy for this type of move. Let me see what that 15 minute looks like now. Yeah, there's just no impact, no momentum, probably a lot of doubt in the market. If you're not in from the stranger danger, that's why I said that's a nice little bounce off of stranger danger. I wonder if it's going to hold. That probably was the real trade, and people are starting to really scale themselves out. I really still think we can get to the 800, but it's just going to be a lot of noise to do so. Not the easiest to trade. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and tap out of here. I want to say thank you very much for participating on Get Rich and Fit Tryin. We're going to have more like this. My schedule is kind of thrown off because I got to readjust for the now school session. So I'm going to go ahead and let you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow on BYTTT. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button. It will be greatly appreciated, and I thank you, and I'll see y'all later. Have a great day.